Hello and welcome to the tutorial on how to get the credentials that you need in order to add your MySQL database to your website that is hosted by Namecheap. My name is Josh and I'm going to be taking you on this journey today, so let's go ahead and get started. Now the first thing that you're going to want to do here on this page is to click the Add Database Now. From here you can see that we have to test the connection. Now for this, we're going to go over to Namecheap and we're going to grab our server IP address. If you've recently added your website, you can recognize this as the same IP address that you used for your server. Over here on Namecheap, we can get this information by going ahead and clicking on this right here, this drop down. From here, we can see under the value hosting section, we can click on Manage. Now on this page, we can see our IP address and our server hostname are right here. Either or is fine. I'm going to use the server IP address for this case. So we can go ahead and grab this and put this over into CodeGuard and test the connection. So now here you can see that under the check for firewalls section, we have one X and one check mark. Now, just so you know, this is not an indication that the backup will fail. I can actually tell you that it's still going to work just fine, but it's just saying that there may be a firewall in place, so look out for that. But we're going to whitelist our IP addresses anyway, so that should take care of any potential issues. So we can go ahead and go on to the next step. Now, step 3 is whitelisting, and what we're going to do is go into our remote MySQL panel and copy and paste each one of these 5 IP addresses and put them in there. So let's go ahead and launch our cPanel and get into there. Back over here on the shared hosting tab over on Namecheap, we can scroll down and go ahead and click the log into cPanel button here. Once we've gotten into cPanel, we can then go ahead and scroll down to the bottom of the page where we see MySQL Databases, MySQL Database Wizard, phpMyAdmin, and Remote MySQL. The one that we're going to need right now is Remote MySQL. Here you can see I already have all 5 of the IP addresses whitelisted that I need, and you should only have one there by default for your cPanel, and then you'll need to copy and paste the 5 of ours in here and press Add Host for each one. Back over here at CodeGuard, we can go ahead and click Next Step. Now on step 4, which is the Add Credentials step, you can see that our database hostname or IP address has already been filled in for us. We're going to stay going direct MySQL, but we'll need our MySQL username and password. Now the port number is going to stay the same, but what we'll have to do is go over into our cPanel again to grab this information right here. Back over here at the cPanel, we can scroll down again to that databases section and go into MySQL Databases this time. Now here we can see that we have one database that I created here, this test database, and we have one user that I also created, which is just this _CG. So what we'll do is we can grab this because this is going to be our username, our MySQL username. And if you need the password, you can either set the password here, erase your old password, and reset it with a new one, or you can create a new user by following these steps right here. Just input a new username, password, and then give it the permissions down here. So what we're going to do is, since I already know what the password is for this user, I won't need to change it, but we can copy this and put it over into CodeGuard. So let's go ahead and do that now. As you can see back over here on the Add Credentials page, I have all of the fields filled in. So now I can go ahead and click Next Step, which, if everything goes through correctly, will make sure that we can now select in checkboxes which databases we want to add to our CodeGuard account. Okay, great. So it looks like everything went through just fine. So now all we have to do is select the databases that we want to add. Since I only have one database, I will only have one box to check, but if you guys have more than that, then they'll just be listed vertically below these, and then you just click and check each one individually and then click Add Databases. And great, after that's done, you'll be greeted with this page right here, which shows that our backup has already completed since it was just a test database and there actually wasn't anything inside of it. It finished really fast. So once again, my name is Josh. If you have any other questions, feel free to go ahead and check out some of our other tutorials or contact our support team for any other support that you may need. So thank you guys so much for watching, and sayonara.